Namaste, Jai Bharat. There are some people you can't trust and you don't trust. That comes on the basis of your regular, consistent, and continuous experience with such people. We have such two people in front of us. One is China, and the next one is Pakistan. We don't trust China, and we don't trust Pakistan either, because they say one thing and do different things. This is not yesterday's incident. This had been very consistent in their histories of a relationship with us specifically. They say so many things and nothing. They don't do, or they don't follow what they speak. They don't stand by what they say. Given their convenience, things change. So we don't trust these people. Now, ironically, these two have become good friends. And once you say that these two have become good friends in quotation, that means both are trying to take advantage of the other. Of course, in geopolitics, that may be the case, that one is trying to take advantage of another. That may be the normal case. But here, this will be a little more crafty, or trying to take advantage of the other. In China, he has invested a lot in Pakistan. China has got they have plans, and they have almost succeeded everywhere in the world, but not fully succeeded. Many times their plans are not that thoughtful, because being their craftiness and cunningness people understand, and other reasons they don't succeed always, but then partially they do succeed many times. They do succeed partially many times. Now, they wanted the Ghadar port, yes, Ghadar port, which is in Baluchistan, and they wanted to make a roughly 3,000 plus kilometers highway from China to Ghadar through Khyber Pashtun, etc., through the terrains of Baluchistan chiefly. And they wanted to invest in Baluchistan. They have made great investments in Baluchistan. They have been very calculative always. They put investment. And all these things changes after 2020. In 2020 was the Galwan standoff with China and Bharat. That kind of, encroaching into the land of others. China does with all their neighbors, encroaching. And when I speak of China, I am not speaking of the people of China, because with the people of China, Bharat has got historical relations, cultural and religious. But I am talking about the Chinese regime, the communist so-called regime, which really is not communist. Dictatorship of proletariat has become simply a dictatorship of the communist people. That's Communist Party. That's a different thing, but nonetheless, we are talking about the Chinese regime, not the people of China. People of China had been very close to us historically, and they used to visit us. They have come and learned and studied in our universities in Bharat. We had about 7 lakhs plus universities at one time, and they came and studied here. They have translated many of the Sanskrit books into their language, and they have developed Buddhism, as Taoism and Confucianism, basing on Bharatiya knowledge tradition, which is the Vedic and Upanishadic knowledge tradition. They have developed, gone into different other areas, branched it. So the relationship between the people of China and the people of Bharat, we have no problem. But the regime, the so-called communist regime, is normally a ruthless regime. They have no human elements, they have no cultural elements, they don't care of nationality, they have no identity or such things. So, when I speak of China, I speak of the Chinese regime, not the people of China. Otherwise, people of China, we should have no problem with them. So China has this kind of things. They put their hands and nose into someone else's affairs, and they think they can expand, and they keep the US as their target. As the US dominates, particularly the European world, China wants to dominate the Asian world to begin with, and then subsequently, with their larger thought, they must be wanting to dominate the entire world. That's their project, and that's their dream. To this extent, they will do all kinds of things. To this end, they will operate and they will go forward. So, Gadar Port, Baluchistan, roads from China to this Gadar, all this, they wanted to make an impact through this port in the European world and also US, obviously. All these things, and they invested in Baluchistan. But then this happened, this was going very successfully before 2020, and then comes the Galvan standoff with Bharat and China. They don't stop there, they come and target us. Now, in between lines you read, I am not going to say anything, I need not to say, and I shall not. In between lines you can read. After that, the whole thing changes. The Baluchs started functioning against Chinese occupation. Chinese occupation with the support of Pakistan. And Pakistan themselves had been totally doing injustice to Baluchs. Their resources were exploited, but their area was not looked after, the people were not looked after. Baluchistan is a very rich place in the sense they have natural resources, minerals, metals, many other such things. Pakistan have not abused because they don't have that kind of technology to go to that extent of using, but they had been using and exploiting. So the relationship between Pakistan and Baluch have got many groups of anti-Pakistanis in them, and the Baluchi Liberation Army becomes strong. Then in between, what happens is the Pashtuns, they have kind of understanding with the Baluchi Liberation Army, and many such fighting groups, they have sort of united in their fight against Pakistan. And as of now, Pakistani army has no control over Baluchistan. They never had in the past in the real sense, but now it becomes very seriously explicit. They want to serious control on the people of Baluchistan and Baluchistan themselves. Many parts of Baluchistan have already turned autonomous, not caring for the regime of Pakistan, and they really don't have any control. And Pakistani army has some problem. Maybe I'll do it in some other video. It's not real Pakistan army. People don't like Punjabi army. Punjabi very seriously take the word Punjabi, because we have Punjabis in our nation, and they are not like the Pakistani Punjabis, the Muslim Punjabis. The problem is Muslim Punjabis. And one of the Pakistani YouTubers says that the Indian Muslim Punjabis are far better than the Pakistani Muslim Punjabis. They should know it better. So, when you say Punjabi, it's Muslim Punjabis, not real Punjabis. Real Punjabi, of course, I consider the Pakistani Punjabis as duplicate Punjabis because they don't even know how to read and write Punjabi. They use it in Farsi script. They don't know how to read and write Punjabi. Anyway, that's besides the point. So, this is the situation in Baluchistan. Now, China is tentatively stopped all their operational activities in Baluchistan because of the resistance. They invested, and perhaps this is the only place where China could not make any profit from whatever they have invested. They invest for profit. They wanted to get feedbacks, money back. It's simple business for China to get money back. So they invested. They say that we will develop you, we will do this, we will do this. Everything they do for their own sake. You can't blame them. That's geopolitics. So whatever they have invested, they cannot do. And they complete the port, but they can't use the port. No access to the port. And their railway line, their roads can't take off anymore. The Baluchis are resisting. And many Chinese engineers and other skilled workers were killed by the Baluch rebels. They are freedom fighters in their own terms. I also think that they are freedom fighters because they have been subjugated by the Pakistan for long time. When Bharat was divided into Pakistan and Bharat, the Baluchis really wanted to join Bharat. They thought they either be independent or they should join with Bharat because they were very strong Hindus at one point in time. before the Islamization, and many of them still retain their culture. The culture is one thing which has nothing to do with religion. They keep their culture and they understand it. Unlike Punjabi Pakistanis, they understand it. So they wanted to be with the Bharat. And that time, our Prime Minister, who thinks he is the end of the world, that's the problem with him. He thought he is the end of the world. He did not accept them, thinking that he'll be a great man, etc. Otherwise, they would have been a part of Bharat. How we connected, we would have connected. We knew how to do it. But that is a situation. They never belonged to Pakistan. Then it is through a military action only Pakistan has occupied Baluchistan, like China has occupied Tibet through military action. And the Tibetan Supremo, the spiritual leader, Dalai Lama, from that time is still in Bharat and is ruling Tibet from exile in principle. So similar situation, Pakistan has attacked and annexed Baluchistan. That's how they become a part of Pakistan. Otherwise, the Baluchistan never Pakistan is mentally, and they don't belong to Pakistan. They would prefer, I think, they would prefer to be Hindus than be with Pakistani like their kind of Islam. So recently, one express train was hijacked. The train is called Jafar Express. They have all funny names indeed. The train was hijacked. The train normally goes through the difficult terrain where rail is there, road accessibility is not there mostly, and whatever road accessibility is there, that's already destroyed by the Baluchi Liberation Group. And the train was carrying mostly Pakistani soldiers, and they were all captured after destroying the rail. Train can neither go forward nor backward. But there's one thing, you just compare here with the Baluch Liberation Army, the BLA, and the Hamas. Please compare now. The BLA had released all women and children. BLA had released all women and children, and their captives are mostly the IS agents and the Pakistani military. Common people, they are not disturbed. What Hamas has done? Just compare these two things. You find two kinds of Muslims. See what Hamas has done, see what Baluchis are doing. They have released women and children and kept killing these people. Then Pakistani army or air force, navy out of question, can't reach Baluchistan. They say, of course, they lie. Pakistani are official lies. They lie that we will go and take our people back, etc. They won't. They can't because they can't go there. They cannot use the roads because hill terrain. These people are untrained in hills, and they will be subject to fire. They will die. Trains can't go. They tried. The only possibility is through train. They tried, and that train was blasted. So they can't reach. These captives are captives. Some must have got killed, I don't know. But only the army and IS agents of Pakistan. Women and children were already released, sent back. So they can't. So there is a possibility that Pakistan, they themselves destroy their people, maybe through aerial bombing, that they can do. Helicopters can't really do anything. They have to use fighter aircrafts, and strafing they have to do, or maybe bombing they have to do. And they would even go to the extent and say that either the Baluchis killed all the soldiers, or they will say we rescued all of them. What they say has to be accepted because there is no news coming out of Pakistan. Nobody has a bureau in Pakistan. None of the international news agencies have a bureau in Pakistan. They get news from Bharat. Al Jazeera has got a very powerful bureau in Pakistan, and what Al Jazeera speaks is what the Pakistan government wants. And whatever there are sting reporters, casual reporters. The sting reporters also can say only what the government permits. So whatever news comes out of Pakistan is what the Pakistan government wants. Maybe not real news. Real news has to get freaked out, otherwise you don't get. So this is the situation in Baluchistan. Similar is the situation in the Pastunwa area with the Pathans, the Tehrik-e-Pakistan, etc. group. They have some kind of understanding about themselves. They do have, because they have this common enemy of Pakistan, and there's all possibility that these people will become autonomous, independent, and of course there are nations they would support them to be independent. Of course, the Peshtunwa, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa group will be instantly supported by other Pathans in Afghanistan, their same race, and Baluchis also will be supported by somebody else. So they would receive supports from others. They would. So this possibility is that Pakistan will fragment, and there's no wonder the Muhammad Ali Jinnah, whom Pakistan proclaims as the founder of Pakistan, etc., never wanted a nation like Pakistan. If you read his history, he wanted the Muslims to stay in Bharat and get maximum reservations without making a nation. But these people are foolishly emotional. They wanted a nation for themselves. And Jinnah knew that these people can't coexist. There'll be infights. He, of course, was a sensible man. Gujarati he was, not a Punjabi. He knew that these people will fight and destroy themselves. That's precisely what's happened. It's already happened in 71. One group has went off. Now the other group also can follow. So Pakistan will be taken for a ride by people whosoever wants to take them for a ride. So we will meet again with some other thought. And these people, Baluchis and Pathans, such people who are under coercion of the Pakistani rule, which is Punjabi military rule, that Muslim Punjabi. I'm hesitant to use the word Punjabi because we have got Punjabis here whom we love in Bharat. Punjabis out there, those who become Muslims, whom nobody likes. The differences are funny. So those people, the converted Punjabis, the Islamized Punjabis, their kind of rule nobody wants. So they will have to fall apart in time, which is not very far as I see. So we shall meet again with some other thought. Till then, Namaste, Jai Bharat, Jai Sri Ram.